Some women don't chase. They don't beg, explain, or collapse into softness just to be chosen. They simply vanish, not in bitterness, not in rage, but in something far more terrifying, indifference. And long after she's gone, he still checks his phone, still replays that one last look, not because she loved him too much, but because she didn't need to at all. The woman who feels nothing. She is the mirror he never asked to face. Not the kind that flatters, but the kind that reflects his shadows, his boyhood wounds, his illusion of control. To the uninitiated man, she seems cold, unbothered, elusive, untamed. But it's not coldness, it's clarity. She has met her demons in the dark. She has dined with heartbreak, made peace with solitude, and shed the skin of women who beg for breadcrumbs. This is not a woman trying to be loved. This is a woman who has already chosen herself. The male psychic split, Jungian core. He doesn't understand it at first. How could he? For he projected his anima, his inner feminine, onto her, like a moth seeking warmth. But she didn't burn for him. She didn't orbit his moods or decorate his wounds with softness. She offered no emotional supply, no chaos to fix, no drama to win, just silence. And that silence, that unbearable absence of reaction, is what punctured his ego, not with malice, but with truth. First turning point, trauma, bond dismantled. Most men crave the echo of the mother wound, validation wrapped in volatility. The woman who cries, clings, forgives too soon. She is easy to control because she is terrified to lose. But the woman who feels nothing, she's already lost everything and survived. She doesn't play by the rules of emotional bribery. He cannot guilt her into softness. He cannot seduce her with crumbs. She doesn't crave his chaos. She sees through it. And that makes her addictive. Not because she offers pleasure, but because she withholds reaction. She starves his inner tyrant and feeds his forgotten self. Second turning point, the ego fracture. You see, it's not love he misses. It's power. It's control. It's being able to press a button and watch her bleed. But when that button does nothing, when she no longer flinches, when her eyes go quiet, when her voice no longer trembles, he doesn't know where to place his dominance. And without dominance, his ego begins to crumble. That's when the addiction begins, not to her body, but to the space where he once reigned. She becomes like a house with no door. He circles it again and again, looking for a way in, through apology, through nostalgia, through guilt. But she has removed the door entirely, not locked it, not barricaded it, removed it, because she no longer needs to be understood. She only needs to be free. Third turning point, the feminine detaches. She no longer hopes he'll see her worth. That hope was the chain. And now she's air, untouchable, intangible, a ghost that breathes inside his regrets. The more he tries to reclaim her, the more invisible she becomes. He scrolls through old photos, stares at that last text, and it haunts him, not what she said, but what she didn't. No closure, no final wound, just absence. And in that absence, he hears the echo of every woman he took for granted, only this time she doesn't return. Individuation, psychological liberation. The woman who feels nothing has not lost her heart. She has reclaimed it. She is not broken. She is whole. Because she finally realized that love without dignity is just addiction, and validation from the wounded is a cage made of velvet. She burned the illusion. She buried the fantasy. And what rose from those ashes wasn't a colder woman, but a clearer one. Closing, unforgettable liberation line. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more. She sees who he is, and more importantly, she sees who she no longer needs to be.